What's going on, everyone? So after the Los Angeles Lakers made the trade for Luka Doncic, after trading Anthony Davis, of course, the Los Angeles Lakers really need a center. There are several centers on the market, but Lakers need really a defensive, physical presence. Based on the reports that have came out, Lakers are looking for an athletic, defensive center, which is why they're linked to Robert Williams, Nick Claxton, guys like that. We'll see. We'll see what they end up and what direction they end up going. But without a doubt, they got to get at least somebody. I don't think you can run it with Jackson Hayes or, I don't mind bringing in like a Trey Jemison, 6'11", 270 physical interior presence. But him as like your second or third center, sure. I really don't like him as your second center, but obviously, look, the Lakers needed a center when they had Anthony Davis, right? Now, they need likely two centers at this point, but you got to at least secure that one. You got to at least get that one guy that you can count on, that you believe is reliable enough to kind of man the starting spot for you. And then if you can get, a Day'Ron Sharpe or something like that as your backup, then fine, do it to make it happen. Perfect world, Walker Kessler. But reports have came out saying that the Los Angeles Lakers aren't willing to trade their final first-round pick for a center, which means that they are definitely going to do that, because we have had now twice the reports have came out. One said the Lakers were just going to stand pat and do nothing, and then like an hour and a half later, Dorian Finney-Smith gets traded to the Lakers. And then we had another report that Lakers aren't going to trade any of their picks and all that stuff. Remember that narrative that was going around for like a month after the Dorian Finney-Smith trade? And then the Lakers traded for Luka. So clearly these insiders have no idea what they're... Every time they say the Lakers aren't going to do something, the Lakers do the total opposite. So here's the report, and then we'll dive into it. So based on what was said, but they reportedly don't plan on trading their 2031 first-round pick to fix it in regards to the center issue. Fred Katz, Joe Vardon, and Sam Amick of The Athletic reported Monday that there are not many available centers who appeal to the Lakers, who have no plans to give up their best remaining draft asset away for a patch-up role player. So, again, says that they're not going to trade the first, that there's not really that ideal center that they think is worth giving up the first for. Now, here's the thing. I've talked about this before. Look at the trade market. Who's really worth giving up the first for, right? Miles Turner, right? Walker Kessler. But those are two guys that are more likely than not probably a bit of a pipe dream, right? Rob has shown. He just did it, right? If the right moves are there, patience, why I keep preaching patience. I said it all last year. I said it this year. Right? Patience, trust Rob, get stuff done, right? But, are you giving up a first for a Nikola Vucevic? No. Giving up a first for Jonas Valanciunas? No. Giving up a first for Clint Capella? No. Are you giving up a first for Robert Williams? No. You giving up a first for Mitchell Robinson? No. Who is there? Day'Ron Sharpe? No. So, I don't, them not wanting to trade us first to go get a center, I get it. Right, like Nick Claxton, maybe, but he's overpaid. Luckily, his contract actually drops each year. His contract declines each year. So by the time his contract is up, it's actually only $20 million, which he's probably around a $18 to $20 million guy. But this year he's making $27 million. So you got to overpay for a guy, and then on top of that, give up a first. Miles Turner's probably the only guy, but there's also, he's a free agent. Right? He could just leave. Lakers could just sign him in the offseason. Right? Go get a Day'Ron Sharpe to get you through the season, and then just go sign Miles Turner in the offseason. Right? The salary cap goes up if you keep your books clear, right? Or go get a Clint Capella. Right? That's $22 million expiring. Clear off $22 million. You go get the salary cap increase. All your little vet guys fall off. You could just, that alone could clear, $30 million. And then LeBron James could take whatever he wants. I mean, LeBron James could take a vet minimum if he wanted to. Not going to do that, but you get my point, right? He could do whatever he wants. So you could go get, if you wanted to, you could free up your full mid-level and go get a guy like a Miles Turner and like a Bruce Brown and you're good, right? Do something like that. Why would you go and sell the farm to go get those guys? So, I actually am okay. If the Lakers can just Like, if you told me Lakers just got like a Day'Ron Sharpe or something just to get through the season, fine. Or like a Nikola Vucevic or something like that because he can be had for a second, fine. Right? Do something like that. Obviously, might not be ideal defensively, but you need somebody, right? I would rather a Nikola Vucevic than not having a center at all, right? Or rely on Jackson Hayes, right? Jackson Hayes, I don't even think is a. I think I've said this before, as your third center, fine, he's okay. But as your primary backup, I just don't think he's the answer. I don't think he's the guy that you want being your primary backup if you're being real serious. But, you don't really have very many choices. The center spot, again, there's two guys that really make the most sense. But both of those guys are probably not obtainable. At least right now, right? And Danny Ainge definitely isn't trading Walker Kessler to the Lakers because apparently he just got bamboozled, right? He just got swindled. He had no idea. He made a trade and he didn't know what entailed the trade. That's your fault. You just didn't do your job, right? If I take stolen property or something, I'm responsible for that, right? Like, I made the decision. Like, I should have vetted where it came from, right? If he helped the Lakers go get Luka, I only had 30 minutes to do the deal. Well, guess what? You got stuff out of it for free, didn't you? You got literally 2 seconds for nothing. Literally nothing. Taking on Jalen Hood-Schifino. Right? Which the Jazz were apparently interested in regardless. There was talks about them trading for Jalen Hood-Schifino. So you got the guy that you were interested in for free, and you got 2 seconds out of it. Lakers should have probably thrown in and cleared some salary on that deal. That's what they should have done. They probably should have. Could you have gotten under the second apron? First apron. But nonetheless, right? Lakers got to get a center. One way or another, you got to get somebody. Like I said, I've seen people say that they would rather not get a Nikola, like they'd rather go with Jackson Hayes than get a Nikola Vucevic. I disagree. I understand he doesn't give you defense. He gives you offense. He gives you floor spacing, and he gives you rebounding, which you need more than anything, right? Yeah, Luka and LeBron can go get you 8 rebounds each, but you need a big man that can rebound. Even if you're terrible defensively, you still need a rebound, right? Like for the few stops that you do get. Right? And he gets that. I would much rather get any type of big man that's within reason. And at least Nikola Vucevic becomes an expiring contract next season. So that gives you, an $18 million expiring contract that you could look to flip in next season. So I don't know. Lakers got to figure it out. If they don't trade a first for a center, I don't blame them. Again, there's not like that premier center on the market. Lakers just got Luka for Anthony Davis, a first, and Max Christie. Right? That should be Rob Pelinka's entire argument. Like, you want me to give you we gave up 1 first just to get Luka, and you want me to give you a first for this guy? Like, you're crazy. Like, that'd be my entire thing, right? But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea of bringing in a center, any center? Do you think you have to give up a first for a center? Do you think no, just bring in somebody serviceable, somebody that works? Robert Williams if you have to. My only problem with a guy like Robert Williams is you don't have anyone else, right? It was fine. I wasn't against taking the flyer on Robert Williams when we had Anthony Davis because it's if he gets hurt and he misses 20 games, it's fine because you have Anthony Davis. But now, you don't. So it's if he gets hurt and misses 20 games, you're cooked. Right now you have no center. So just things to kind of keep in mind. But anyway, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.